Hi, I'm Karen Hook. I'm a registered music therapist in San Jose, California. I have a private practice and I work primarily with young children and specialize in children on the autistic spectrum disorder and children with learning disabilities. Well, children with autism typically have two major areas that challenge them. One is their communication skills, ability to speak or process language, and the other one is their inability to accurately receive sensory input from their environment. So music is perfect for both of those because music is very structured and orderly, and music approaches several senses. The ears, the tactile, the vibrations are very potent to children with autism. Music is a form of communication. When a child and I sit down together and they make music and I can answer them musically, we are having a conversation even if we aren't speaking to them. Short, short, long. That was great using your words to describe.
Listen to my pattern and play it back to me.
I'm typically looking at the cognitive goals, the brain goals, the supporting pre-academic skills, pre-reading skills, with some students learning simple concepts like the alphabet, colors, and shapes. I'm looking at motor skills, whether it be moving our fingers on the keyboard, strumming a guitar, hitting a drum, gross motor skills, or fine motor skills. Movement is motor skills. We're developing a lot of eye-hand coordination for students who are looking at music and responding to printed letters or symbols on the music and turning around and playing them on the piano. We're looking a lot at what I'll call affective development, building each child's self-concept, self-esteem. My goal is to make every musical experience a successful one so that every child walks out with a smile on their face and feeling really good about themselves. One of the biggest teaching approaches we use at the school, the Creekside School, is the DIR floor time method, which promotes starting with where the child is at and building a relationship at the child's level of interest. And so I'll be following the student's lead and trying to let them make as many choices as possible and promoting their engagement by doing what they're interested in. With Jonah being able to play songs at the keyboard, giving him what I call an independent leisure skill activity, but at the same time, his moving his fingers on the keyboard, even though it may just be one or two fingers, is definitely supporting his educational goals of learning to type on a computer. Do you want to pull up your people page and show me who to sing happy birthday to? Happy birthday to Jonah! Okay, that's who we're singing to. Thanks for telling me. Here we go. I'm ready when you are. Happy. We're working on his expression and his ability to make choices and to communicate with staff what those choices want to be. It says instruments, Jonah's choice. And I wrote down some of your favorites. You want the xylophone. My memorable interactions with students are just watching their responses when I see a child break into a smile because they're really enjoying what they're doing. The first time I had a child with autism sit next to me on the piano bench and give me a hug was just major because typically students with autism are not that socially connected and not that aware of other people near them. But when I see interactions like that occur, I feel like I've done something right for these kids. I love it when my students go out into the community and share their music with other people. Sudarsan, who you'll see later this afternoon, has done several recitals. I've been taking my students who want to perform to senior centers, and we're performing for the people who don't get out too often, and they love seeing the kids, and it's really nice that my students can do some form of community service. I look at music therapy as a tool to restore, maintain, or improve specific skills. And that all references back to what's been identified by the child's team at school in their individual education plan, and what the parent and I have discussed together, and my observations and assessment of the child of what areas I can use music to support their growth. I think that music is so important for all children, and I think that it's very sad that the public schools have cut back on their music for children, and that I'm so glad you're doing this documentary to make more people aware of the usefulness of music in helping children grow.